Namaste and welcome back to Awakened Heart Yoga. Today I have a heart opening sequence for you, and we're going to try and do this in a reasonably compact time. So I'm going to ask you to come to sit at the back of your mat in Vajrasana. If it feels comfortable, crossing the big toes, close the eyes, tuck the chin down towards the pit of the throat, lengthen through the back of the neck. Take a deep inhalation and exhalation and draw the prana up from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the spine, and lengthen. Lengthen the spine. Crown of the head floats up higher just a little. The navel's drawn in. Bring your awareness now, please, your breath awareness to the tailbone, to Svadhisthana. And the energy color of this chakra is bright orange. I'm going to ask you to see a bright orange sphere of color there. I'm going to ask you to take the next 3 long inhalations and exhalations with your complete focus at Svadhisthana. Way up to Anahata, behind the sternum, and see a sphere of blue here. And take 3 deep inhalations and exhalations there. Feel that the prana enters the body through the sternum, connecting with the sphere of blue as it passes through. Bring the hands down by the sides. Now gently open the eyes, casting them out along the floor in front of you. Gaze. Draw the navel in. We're going to start to warm up the back. Inhale, coming up onto the knees, bring the arms alongside the ears, arch back. Exhale, return. Inhale, arching back a little further, push the hips forward. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Just starting to warm the back up. Let the body know what we're about to do. Now when we come up this time, we're going to open up the heart space a little more. So instead of bringing the arms just alongside the ears, we're going to bring them out and we're going to lift and open the chest. Have an awareness of, as you breathe, expand through the side of the rib cage, opening and expanding, filling the lungs up to their fullest capacity. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so we're going to start a little flow, and it's part of the Awakened Heart Kriya. It's the Awakened Heart Flow. But we're going to just start off and do we're going to move into it a little gradually, because we'll end with this as well. So I'm going to ask you to come fully onto the mat and come all the way down into Shashankasana, into child. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then sweep the arms out in front of you into extended child. And then inhale. And as you do, come all the way up, back, pop the knees up and drop the head back. And then exhale forward. And we're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale forward. We're going to do that once more with a focus on really opening up and widening through the chest, creating space between the collarbones. Drop the shoulders back and down and exhale back. And then I'm going to ask you to, we're going to just move on and create, just add a little bit more of the flow. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, coming all the way up onto the knees. Exhale, taking the right leg up to bent knee and leaning all the way forward into extended prayer over the right knee. Exhale, coming all the way back, opening up the heart space and dropping the head back. Inhale, hands back to prayer, dropping the knee back down. Exhale, back down to Vajrasana. And we're just going to come back down and we'll do that to the other side. In, hands into extended child. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale onto the knees. Exhale, left foot forward, coming into this extended prayer. Inhale, arching back, opening up through the heart space. Push the hips forward, tip the head back, open up through the arms. And then inhale back to hands in prayer. Bring the knee back down and exhale back over the buttocks. So we're starting to warm up now and add a little bit more to the flow. And we're just going to move a little bit further through now, see how we go. It's a bit wordy, so bear with me and we'll see if we can bring the full flow in. So we start from prayer or extended child. Inhale, sweeping all the way back, up onto the knees, open up through the heart space. Exhale, coming all the way up onto our knees. Inhale, right foot forward, arching and, bending forward and extending into the prayer. Exhale, all the way back, open up through the heart space. We're going to inhale, open up, turn the hips to the side. And then we're exhaling, and if you need to, you can pop your back heel up, it's all good. We're going to exhale back, drop the left hand towards the left heel and arch back. And then inhale, we're coming all the way forward, we're picking up the foot and extending. And then inhale, both hands come back. Open up fully through the heart space. Exhale, drop the hands down either side of the front foot and push all the way back. Bring the head down just as far as feels comfortable. Inhale, popping up now, and we come into a lunge or equestrian pose. Exhale, opening up through the right side, all the way up. Inhale back. Exhale, opening all the way up through the left side. Dropping the hand back down now, and we're going to come up both hands. Inhale, up. exhale forward. And then we're going to sweep all the way back. Inhale, the right foot comes all the way up to the sky. Drop the back heel down if it feels comfortable. And then we're going to drop the right foot down just as much as we can towards the left shoulder. Opening up through the heart space. The body rotates slightly to the right. You can cast your gaze in under the right arm. And then exhale, we release. Pivot the hips back, drop the foot back down again. Find yourself in mountain, and then drop into an arched cat, and exhale all the way back to extended child. And just pause here, taking a couple of minutes in recovery, and then we move through to the other side. I'm going to ask you to bring your breath focus to the point at the back, at the spine, behind the sternum where Anahata is, the center of the shoulder blades, and draw the prana in through the back. Activate Anahata in between the sternum and the spine, and then draw it out through the sternum. Inhaling and exhaling from the back through to the sternum at the front. So we're going to prepare now to come up to the other side. Inhale, sweeping all the way back. Lifting up through the chest, dropping the head back. Exhale, coming up onto the knees. This time we're going to come forward with the left foot. Inhale, extended prayer over the left foot. Exhale, sweep the arms back, open wide, push forward, arch back. Exhale, turning and pivoting to the side now. Inhale, we're going to push the hips forward and reach back for the right heel. Exhale, coming all the way forward now, balancing on the right knee. And then sweeping back, both hands on the right foot now, arching back. And dropping both hands down to the front foot now, pushing back. And lowering the head down just towards the knee. Inhaling and exhaling here. And now inhaling, coming all the way up into a deep lunge or equestrian pose. And we're going to open up our heart space to the right. Inhaling and exhaling. Sweeping over now to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Both hands now coming all the way up, arching back, and then float all the way forward. And now we're going to come all the way up with the left foot, all the way up towards the sky. To begin with, hips are reasonably level, and then we tip all the way back. The left foot now searching for the right shoulder. And you can cast the gaze up under the arm. And then pivoting all the way back. Dropping the foot down to mountain. Dropping down to arched cat. And release and exhale all the way back to extended child. Sweep the hands all the way back now. Hands alongside the feet. And I'm going to ask you to come back to the breath. Come back to the breath where we draw the prana in at the center, in between the shoulder blades, behind Anahata. draw it in, activate Anahata with the prana, and then send the breath out through the sternum. And I'm going to ask you to do that for the next few breaths in recovery. And then I'm going to ask you to slowly come all the way up to upright and sit in Vajrasana or Vajrasana. Close the eyes, and we're going to end with just a little heart awakening pranayama from the Awakened Heart Kriya also. So I'm going to ask you, if you can, to close the eyes, relax the body, become very still. Release the shoulders, the navel's drawn in. There's length to the spine, the body is still. Visualize, if you can, a string of lights, like Christmas lights. The string of lights starts at Muladhara, 2 inches in and down from the tailbone. And then it's strung back to the tailbone and all the way up the spine and out the crown of the head. The first light on the string is red. The second at the tailbone is orange. The third behind the navel is yellow. The fourth behind the sternum is blue. The fifth behind the pit of the throat is mauve. The sixth at the end of the spine and between the ears is silver. And then there is a white light just through the crown of the head at Sasara. Moving right in now. Inhale, and as the prana starts at Muladhara, the red light flashes on. Move up the spine and the orange light comes on. Draw the prana further up and the yellow light comes on. And so on. Blue, Vishuddhi, pit of the throat, silver in between the ears, the white light at Sasara. And then the light simply fades. The color remains. The white, the silver, the mauve, the blue, the yellow, the orange, the red. But on the inhale, the light switches flick on and they light up. And just continue with this, up and down, the lights coming on and then fading, although the color still remains. And then on your next inhalation, I'd like you to come all the way up to where the light switches on at Anahata at the sternum, and pause and retain the breath here. Inhalation, pause, hold the inhalation in here, just for a count that feels comfortable for you. When it's time to exhale, just breathe back down the spine again, through and past the colors. And I'll ask you to do that one last time. Inhale from Muladhara all the way up to Anahata. Pause and focus all your awareness and attention on this blue light. But retain and hold the energy and the breath let it go. Bringing this breath awareness back to your body. Starting to become aware of the body. Touching points of the body to the floor and to the fabric of your clothing. Where the body meets the energy in the air of the room around you. Become aware of yourself within the space. And relax any efforts of sitting up straight or being still, and if you have the time, come and relax in Shavasana and do a little meditation or relaxation if you have the time. Maybe a Nidra video or one of the meditations that I have uploaded. But if not, I'd like to say Hari Om Tat Sat. The sequence is now complete. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.